My wife and I have 2 kids, a 7-year-old boy and a 4-year-old girl. Her parents are extremely sexist. She often talks about how awful they were to her growing up. She's still in therapy because of it. Yet, she keeps going back to them. When our daughter was born, I saw the favoritism myself. They gave my son over 10 gifts for his first Christmas. They gave my daughter 1 shirt. I called it out. My wife said, "She won't remember, she's just a baby." That's when I told her, "I don't want your parents near our kids." She agreed. It wasn't easy, but we stuck to it. Until last week, I came home and something felt off. My wife and kids looked upset. No one would tell me why. Finally, my son opened up. He said, "Mom let Grandma and Grandpa visit. They gave me a gift but didn't bring one for Isla." He asked them, "Where's Isla's gift?" They said they forgot, so my son gave the gift back. That's when the fight started. I asked my wife why she let them in. She apologized but then snapped, "I'll do whatever I want. What are you gonna do about it?" She said, "Maybe I like my parents. Maybe I want them around my kids." So I told her, "If you like them so much, maybe go live with them. If they're good enough for the kids, they're good enough for you too." I told her to pack her stuff, or I'd take the kids and go to a hotel. She left. Now I hear she's staying at a hotel, crying. She says I'm the a-hole and wants me to come get her.
ChatGPT's verdict, not the a-hole. This isn't about one argument. It's about a pattern of broken trust and disrespect. The husband set a clear boundary to protect his kids from sexist and unequal treatment, which he witnessed firsthand. His wife agreed to this boundary, then quietly broke it. Not once, but in a way that directly harmed their daughter again. That's not just a mistake, that's betrayal. Letting her parents give a gift to only one child, again taught both kids something painful. That favoritism is tolerated, that adults break promises. Final thought. This isn't about being right. It's about choosing your kids' emotional well-being over making toxic family members comfortable. And the husband chose correctly, not the a-hole.
Am I the a-hole for exposing my sister's fake cancer to our parents?
I, 34 female, just found out that my sister, 31 female, who has been telling my whole family she has cancer for the last 8 months. She shaved her head, said she was doing chemo, and had our parents move in to help her through treatment. I started to have doubt when, besides also staying out late relatively frequently, she would never let anyone attend appointments with her, and she clearly had way too much energy for someone going through aggressive chemotherapy. Last week, I ran into the office manager of my sister's oncologist at a coffee shop. I casually mentioned my sister, and the office manager was confused. She had no idea who I was talking about. I did some digging through doctors and spoke to my sister about what I learned, and she broke down and spilled her guts. It turns out she fabricated the whole story because she was in over her head with debt and wasn't able to afford her apartment anymore. The cancer story got our parents to move in, and she could then stop paying her bills. I was furious and told her that she had 24 hours to tell our parents the truth, or I would. She asked me not to tell them because it would ruin her relationship with them. She did not tell them, so yesterday I took everything to our parents. Our parents are heartbroken. My sister is acting like I had no right to out her, and she didn't say this to our parents. She was going to stage a miraculous recovery next month. She said I ruined her life, and that family should be trying to defend each other rather than expose each other.
This is one of the most shocking and emotional cases I've seen. Arp's sister didn't just lie. She fabricated a life-threatening illness to manipulate her own parents into supporting her financially. That's not just dishonest. It's deeply selfish. And while yes, OP could have waited longer, the sister had plenty of chances to come clean. She even planned a miraculous recovery to continue the lie. The betrayal here isn't OP telling the truth. It's the sister using cancer, something real people suffer from, as a tool for personal gain. OP did the right thing. She gave her sister a chance to be honest. When that failed, she protected the rest of the family. That's not being an *** hole. That's being brave.
I, possibly, made my old job shut down. This was when I was 18 or 19. way back in the days of landlines and dial-up. I worked at a small local pizza place, which I won't name to protect myself, where I was the only female. Everyone, including the manager, liked to go outside and smoke during dinner rush and leave me by myself to answer calls, get the drive-through window, and cook all at the same time, all while dealing with the panic attacks this caused. Then they'd come back in and laugh at me and make sexist jokes about me. I finally had enough of this surreal nightmare and quit. That left me plenty of time to play RuneScape. For anyone who hasn't heard of it, it's an online game with masses of people. I had no life, and I also had a grudge, which is a potent combination. So I made a female character whose name was the phone number of the pizza place, and just stood around in the most populated place in the game, where all the new players have freshly come out of the tutorial. Every single day during what I knew from experience was their dinner rush hours, and spammed, "Call this number for a good time." I used an auto-typer program so I could do this non-stop. Thing is, this pizza place had no seating and was drive-through carry-out only, so 90% of their orders were placed over the phone. It closed down for some reason about a month into me doing this, and when I ran into one of my ex-coworkers, he told me they'd shut down because their business had taken such a hit due to constant prank calls they tied up their phone line. Nobody figured out where they came from.
ChatGPT's verdict. Honestly, this is the most deliciously petty revenge I've ever seen. Forget reporting to HR. OP went full RuneScape Avenger mode. It's like ordering karma with extra cheese. OP didn't get mad. They got MMO petty. And that pizza place, they'll never know what hit them. So moral of the story, don't mess with the quiet ones, especially if they play RuneScape and hold grudges like it's their job.
I've been married to my husband for 12 years. We've got 2 kids, ages 8 and 12, and overall, life's been good. But there's something that's been bothering me. His friend, let's call him Mark. Mark recently moved to our city. They hadn't seen each other in over a decade, but they were close in college. Mark is loud, brash, and has this finance bro, living the dream energy that just feels off. He drives a flashy car, wears expensive clothes, and constantly reminds everyone how successful he is. Honestly, he feels like a 40-year-old frat boy. He's been divorced twice, which isn't the issue, but he talks about his ex and daughter in really judgmental ways, like saying his daughter is becoming more like her mom, as if that's some kind of insult. He hasn't disrespected me directly, but I hate the vibe he brings into our lives. When my husband gets back from hanging with him, he acts like a college kid again. It's like Mark pulls out the youth mode in him, but not in a good way. So I told my husband how I felt, that I don't love how often they go out drinking, and that Mark seems immature and like a bad influence. He hit back saying he doesn't like my friend Claire either. But Claire, while bold and opinionated, is married with 3 kids, not some party dad with red flags. I told him this isn't about control. It's about who we're letting influence our life and our kids. Am I the a-hole?
ChatGPT's verdict. Your concern is totally understandable. Mark may not be doing anything directly wrong, but his attitude, influence, and the way your husband changes around him raise valid red flags. It's not about controlling your partner. It's about protecting your shared lifestyle and values. Good relationships thrive on balance, and it sounds like Mark is tipping the scale in a direction that makes you uncomfortable. You voiced your thoughts respectfully and asked for boundaries, not ultimatums. That's fair. In short, you're not the a-hole. You're a thoughtful partner trying to keep your family grounded while your husband's old friend plays finance bro fantasy camp.